we are working on Van Gogh's Starry Night. As you can tell, as you remember, we have finished the stars and the moon. Now we are going to work on the sky. The sky with the wind and the swirls is going to be very complicated, but we're going to go step by step to help you remember and help you figure out how to keep the swirl look. So when you're all the way finished, it will actually look like this. All right, you are going to need a blue. The darker the blue, the better the blue. It is a nighttime scene, so if you pick a sky blue or baby blue, it will not look like night. So you actually need to get a dark, possibly a blue violet or a darker color. If you are not sure what color blue it is, regardless of what the name actually says, you can always scribble on the back of your paper and see if that is dark enough for you and you feel like that should be a nighttime blue. So go ahead, pick a blue. You and your partner cannot share the same one. So if you are the nicest person, you'll let your partner pick what blue they want first, and then you can pick your blue. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with is the wind, the way the wind swirls around in your picture. We're going to create a spiral, just like you did the spiral with the star. However, it's going to have a very long tail. I'm going to start on the side where my moon is, and then I'm going to do kind of a reverse curve, very similar how it curves once, curves twice. So I'm going to curve once, curve twice, and then come around in a spiral. So we're not going to be doing a wavy line. It's going to be a curve once, curve twice, and around just like that. So that's why I'm going to do my pretend draw. So I'm going to curve up, down, and around. Or maybe I want to go down, up, and around. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go down, up, and around. So you see how close I am to the tree, and then I just keep getting smaller. I do need it close to this tree. You don't have to touch it. In fact, it's better if you leave a little bit of a space, but it does need to be very close. Then we're going to do the second spiral, and it's going to touch your tree. So it's going to touch the tree, and it's going to go down, up, and around. Or do I want to go up, down? Nope. I think I want to go down first, then up and around. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to get pretty close to that spiral, but don't touch it. Then I'm going to come around. And stop. So you notice I am drawing slow. Mine are not super close together. If yours get close, as long as there's a little space and not touching, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't need to touch. In fact, it's better if there is just a little space. All right, so now we're going to continue coloring like Van Gogh colors. So the first spiral we did, the one that starts by the moon, we're going to go on the top of the line with the dash, dash, dash. The closer you get your dashes together, the better it's going to look. Now, once you come in here to your spiral, you're just going to keep going around. It's going to get tight, around, and to the middle. Then we're going to do the same thing for this one. We're going to go on the top of it. Just like we did the top here, we'll do the top here. So I keep my dashes. You want to cover as much of the paper with the crayon so you don't have big white spots. So you see how I get super close here? Maybe I could fit in one there, but if not, if yours gets super tight there too, then just skip and keep going around. Ooh, it gets super tight, but I think I can fit. And around. Just like that. I'm noticing right here, I have a big white space. So I'm going to come in and just add a little bit extra dashes. So there, I like that better. Artists are always fixing their paper. So if you see a spot that you think has too much white, then definitely go back in and add the white, or excuse me, add the crayon to help cover it. All right, so both of these have the one dash line on top. And so mine actually touch here. There's still a little bit of space here and a space here, but they touch here. If yours touch, fantastic. If they don't, fantastic. It's not right, it's not wrong. It's just where you put your spirals. Now I'm going to go on the bottom of the spiral. So I'm going to go dash, dash, dash. And I need to get closer to the line, so I'm going to squeeze in a little tighter. And around. And I can't go any more right here. That's as far as I can go. So then I'm going to do the bottom here. So dash, dash, dash. Oh, but it touches right there. So I'm going to skip and come here and then come around. But it touches right here. So I'm going to stop there. So we're going to continue this. I'm personally going to start from the top and move up. I think that's easier. But before we do that, I do want to add some blue dashes around the moon. So we went 3 times with the yellow. I want you to go dash, dash, dash around your moon. And my moon touches. If yours does not, that's fine. It just depends on how close you are to the edge of the paper. We're going to go around 3 times. It gets cut off, and then I keep going. And this is number 3. So I'm noticing this little dash got out of the line, so I'm just going to add an extra. You're going to do 3 times around this star. Dash, dash, dash. Now, just like when they touched here, if your blue line touches your buildings, or if it touches the other blue line or your tree, then you're just going to draw, skip, draw, skip, draw, skip, draw, skip. There we go, 3 times around. Now this one, actually I see a lot of white spaces. So while I'm waiting for the next step, I'm just going to go in and fix. There is going to be a little bit of magic that I'm going to show you. So the more blue and less white, the magic really shows up really cool. And you're going to do the exact same thing to this one. But I want to point out first, do you see how I draw, stop, draw? This building looks like it's in front and the star is in the background, which is exactly why we're not going around the buildings. We're doing the spiral. So the same thing for this one. Dash, 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 skip, dash, 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 skip. And this one you're going to go around 3 times also. As you can start to see the lines and the movement in your sky, your eyes are going to start playing tricks on you. It's going to be somewhat tricky adding more dashes and more dashes, because if you look, there's a lot of dashes. But don't panic. We're actually going to create a picture and it's going to look awesome. But we're going to take it nice and slow. So I'm going to start over on the left side first. So I'm going to finish this little corner, but I'm going to keep the curve around. So dash, 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 all the way to the point, and then make sure that I didn't leave any big white spots. Then I'm going to keep the same curve and go down to and touch the road. Make sure it does curve. This is a short distance, but make sure you're not going too fast. If you're still able to keep that curve, you have a very good artist eye, because a lot of times it's super easy to go flat and keep it straight like this. So if you can keep it curved, you have a very good artist eye. So if you were able to keep it curved, you'll notice that it touches here before it touches here. And then I just keep the curve all the way to the corner, just like that. And I am going to go back and fix some of the white areas that are too big. Then I'm going to start at the top here. This one was fairly easy. Starting at the top here, I'm going to follow the curve as I go around. Now once I touch this line, then I'm going to follow it off. So at some point, your wind dashed line will touch your moon. Once it touches your moon, like there, so the next line I do, it's going to touch my moon. So watch what I do. I come around, stop, and then I go up. So then I keep going down, down, and then I think I'm going to come around the moon like this. Oh, it got tight. I'm going to finish that corner. Then I'm going to finish this curve up to the top. And this little V. And then this corner. So as long as you follow the curve that you're drawing, it's starting to look amazing. Like you can see the Van Gogh movement in his picture. So then I'm going to go under that line. And I notice this little space in here, so I'm just going to go around. So then I'm going to go under here. Then same thing as I go around, skip. I'm not going to go around the buildings. I'm just going to follow my blue line around. And then once I get to my building, I draw a skip, draw. So it's actually going to look like the wind is going behind your buildings. If you can keep the curve, you have a very good artist eye. Then of course, as I finish, I'm going to go in and see if there's any white spaces that I need to cover, because I have a feeling I wasn't really looking that hard when I was making it. Oh yeah, I see some white spaces that too much that I need to go in and fix. Because remember, if you want to see the magic, it's really cool, but you can't have a lot of white. The more little blue lines you add, staying in the line, the much better it's going to look. So when you're finished, you have Starry Night.